Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky. I am the owner of Quality Business Plan, as well as the author of The Beginner's Guide to Understanding Financial Statements and Financial Ratios. And what I'd like to do today is to give you all some insights into Tesla 2021, a little bit of a financial analyst or analysis rather, focused on the organization's revenues and cost of goods sold. So the way the video is going to play out is I'm going to go ahead and first give you all a little bit of information about me, who I am, what I do, why I do it. From that point in time, we're then going to go ahead and take a look at Tesla's revenues and cost of goods for the last 5 years, see if we can identify some trends in their performance. Once we're done with that, we'll wrap up the video and call it a day. All right, so as promised, let's go into a little bit about my experience. I am, again, Paul Borosky, MBA, author of the Beginner's Guide to Understanding Financial Statements and Financial Ratios, which is published on Amazon, as well as the author of Tesla's Financial Report, which is available on my website. I've been writing reports on Tesla for the last few years. And then I am also an adjunct professor and subject matter expert for both business and finance. I design finance courses, I write finance books, and I teach finance as well. So I'm pretty in depth with finance. So that is a little bit about me. Enough of that. Let's talk about Tesla. This is why we're here and what we wanted to know about. So Tesla 2021, take a look at the revenues. In 2017, the organization ended the year at $11.7 billion in sales. In the next 5 years, the organization would grow their sales to $21.4 billion, $24.5 billion. So they had a little bit of a, just a little bit of growth, not too much, 3 point something billion dollars. But we had some more growth in 2020 to $31.5 billion. And then 2021, they really took off with a revenue growth, revenues of $53.8 billion. Now, these numbers, they really don't tell us a whole heck of a lot, except that the organization is really growing their revenues pretty quick. We just don't know how quick. So what I do when I write up my Tesla 2021 financial report is I also take a look at the revenue growth. So for example, 2018 to 2017, we've got revenue growth of 81.5%. For a multinational organization, that's mind-boggling numbers right there, mind-boggling growth. In 2019, they had above average growth of 14.5%. And then in 2020, their revenue growth started to climb again to 28.3%. And this is during a pandemic, which is, again, quite astounding. But for 2021, again, the organization really took off with a revenue growth at 70.7%. On average, revenue growth for the last 5 years annually is 49%. That is well above most multinational organizations. So for revenue growth, Tesla is doing an absolutely incredible job, but that just is one piece of the puzzle. So let's go ahead and take a look at their cost of goods sold. So the cost of goods sold, when we take a look at that number, of course, we're going to see that it's going up, up, and up because the revenues are going up. So we should be expecting that. However, I'd use a couple of different metrics to give me a little bit more of an insight as to how well the organization is controlling their cost of goods sold. And what I like to do, that insight comes from taking a look at cost of goods sold as a percentage of revenues. So for example, 2017 cost of goods sold as compared to revenues was 81.1%. In 18, 81.2%. So we've got a nice little trend right here that's showing that the organization, if their raw material costs are going up, they're able to increase their prices to keep their gross profit margin in line at about 19.8, 19.9%. However, in 2019, the organization's cost of goods sold as compared to revenues climbed, which means that they had a smaller gross profit margin. So that's not a good thing, because now either their cost of goods sold has increased, but they couldn't increase their sales price for their cars, or their sales price for the cars decreased and it shrunk their gross profit margin. So cost of goods sold as compared to revenues, not such a good thing in 19. However, in the next 2 years, the organization does an excellent job with either increasing their prices or reducing the raw material prices. We don't know which one it is. but they do an excellent job regardless, and it results in a cost of goods sold as compared to revenues of 79%, and then they get a 5-year low for 2021 with cost of goods sold as compared to revenues of 74.7%. So this trend right here, it can only continue to go down for so long, because they can only increase their prices based on competition, or they can only cut their raw material prices, only so far. So this right here, hopefully what we would like to see in the next several years is the organization able to sustain a 74.7% cost of goods sold. If they're able to do that, then the organization's going to be in real good shape, especially based on their previous 5-year track record. Another thing that can tell us whether the organization's gross profit margin is increasing is their average cost of goods sold. So on average, their cost of goods sold is about 45. Their growth rate is about 45.8%. If we compare that growth rate to revenues, which is 49%, this tells us that the organization's revenues are increasing at a faster pace as compared to the cost of goods sold, which again tells us on average the organization is continually increasing their gross profit margin, which is a good thing because the more money they have after they pay their raw material costs, the more money they can apply to operating costs, as well as it could increase their net profits as well. All right, so hopefully that little snippet was helpful in giving y'all some insights as to how well Tesla is performing over the last 5 years. If y'all would like some more information on Tesla's performance for the last 5 years, just go to my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/Tesla financial statements and financial ratios analyzed. On that page, I do provide y'all with some more insights onto Tesla's financial performance for the last 5 years, as well as you do have the opportunity to buy my Tesla 2021 financial report, which gives you some analysis into various topics related to the organization's income statement, balance sheet, as well as a multitude of financial ratios. Also, if you do want a company report that is not Tesla, just go to my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/company financial reports. I do write financial reports for the top 15 to 20 public companies throughout the U.S., such as Apple, and I've got Nike, Netflix, Microsoft, AT&T, Boeing. So I've got a lot of different financial reports. Just zip on over to my website, check them out, and hopefully this video was helpful to give you some insights into how Tesla is performing. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. And as always, have a good day. Thank you.